The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool baby?
It's familiar, but not too familiar, but not too not familiar. It's a new craze. Hey, good girls, do you wanna just say, hey, I wanna? Just say, hey, I wanna.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very special episode of My Brother, and Me. My name is Justin McElroy.
My name is Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy.
We come to you after what many are calling the hug heard round the world. Last night, two teams met on the field of athletic competition, preparing for the biggest sporting event of the year. The Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos lined up against each other, and then apropos of nothing, before the first ball had been thrown
Or kicked.
or
Rolled.
Or rolled. Sometimes they just roll it.
That's a good trick play, by the way.
That's a
if you're
good
listening,
point. That's
high
a
school football coaches, you just roll the ball, and everyone's like, what do I do? Sorry, go on.
Finish the story. Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning crossed the line of scrimmage. Illegal, not just in terms
not
of
allowed to
sports
do
rules,
that.
but an actual crime.
Listen, the scrimmage line is there for a reason.
And he walked across the line of scrimmage to opposing quarterback Cam Newton.
It was quarterback v. quarterback.
It was
first time.
in a rare play, quarterback v. quarterback.
They were in the multi-ball bonus round.
They set the ball aside and simply embraced.
Yeah.
The crowd.
I think my favorite part was as you watch the transition on Cam Newton's face, is he was like, what are you doing, man?
And then it was
what
like,
are you doing?
Yes, so right. And then he just like got it.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt watching at home was, I get it.
And it was like we were all hugging Cam Newton.
It was like all of us were hugging each other simultaneously. I felt so connected to everybody.
And they just called the game right there.
I spilled a Coke all over my friend Johnny because we hugged, but I was holding a Coke in my hands, and it just got all over him. And then I realized that cameras were filming us, and this was actually a Coca-Cola commercial I was in.
I felt like I was embracing everybody on Earth at the same. I was embracing Donald Trump. I was embracing Kim Jong-un and Kim Jong-dos and the whole family.
The whole set of Kim Jongs, all of them.
We were all embracing as one people, and it was kicked off because two men. It was like, what if they threw a football war and nobody came?
Yeah.
And those two people
and they were finally able to set aside their differences. You know, it was.
Yeah.
I felt like I was. You know what, Justin? I felt like I was hugging myself. Like I was finally able to forgive myself.
Yeah.
For everything. For all of my crimes against humanity.
It almost made up for it almost made me forget about the game itself, in which Cam Newton and his good passing just completely dunked up on that big old dinosaur Peyton Manning, and how hard that he lost. And then he cried because it was the last game of his career, and he lost it so fucking bad.
He lost it super bad.
He lost it super bad. He's like, it was my last one.
And
he cried and cried and cried. The crying tears of an old man. And I was like, fuck, Pato.
I saw them hug for 20 seconds. I figured the game would not be held. I turned it off.
No, they still did it.
They didn't televise it, though, which was weird. Griffin was at the game.
Yeah. Pato got posterized. He got dunked upon. It was weird.
The way I heard it, they just hugged the entire time, and then all the hydration specialists, as I say, the water boy, they all hugged. And then after about an hour and a half, Coldplay came to the middle of the field. They're like, oh, right. Okay, so are we still going to do this show or what? Or is everybody just going to hug?
And then Bruno Mars hugged Coldplay, and they were like, don't you do this, man.
Don't you do this
to me.
It's not your fault, Coldplay.
Don't you do this to me, Bruno Mars.
It's not your fault.
It was all yellow.
Hey, look at me. I'd catch a grenade for you.
That's Chris Martin.
And in case you're curious, that's what it sounds like when Chris Martin cries. And also, every record Coldplay has ever released, it sounds like that too.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Do you guys remember when we used to predict the Super Bowl by putting the literal team animal or beings in a room together and having them fight to the death? Like one time it was the Cardinals and something else, and we talked about like a bunch of popes just like fucking with machetes taking on some Seahawks or
Wait,
something.
this is something we talked about on My Brother, and Me?
Yeah.
Something we did?
So you've just
Yeah.
like so like welcome everybody to the My Brother, and Me fan cast, My Brother, and Me.
Well, no,
Where
I'm
we're
saying
talking about
maybe
our classic
let's
My brother,
get into
and
it.
you.
No, because this is a great question.
It's not a great question. A
No,
panther
shut up
eats
and
the
listen.
horse.
I haven't even gotten to the fucking question yet.
Okay, great.
10 big beautiful horses.
Clydesdales? We talking Clydesdales?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
those would qualify as Broncos. I think a Bronco is also a little bit fucking loco. So
They are.
got that
They
going.
buck, as I understand.
They got that going for them. Versus 10 Panthers in a room just big enough to hold all 20 of these animals. It's like a fucked up, redundant Noah's Ark.
Well, the problem, Griffin,
Who's coming out that cage?
your panther is a stealth killer,
Yeah,
right? They're not really like your straight up fair fight. They're more of like a pounce on you from the tree or some kind of canopy. Whereas your Bronco, that's just a straight up murderer. So
Well, I don't know
think
about-
they're gonna stamp on him. They're gonna champ on him.
Champ on him.
Yeah, you know how they champ at the bit. They're gonna champ on him.
Are you just saying chomp but bad?
No, champ. Horses
Okay.
champ.
Horses champ at the
Horses champ.
Yeah, but I think there's something to be said about how much sharp stuff is on a panther. There's a lot of sharp. There's at least probably 30 sharp things on any given panther,
And their underquills.
and they have those underquills.
Do you think it's weird? Like, do you know how good Peyton Manning must be at football? That he is A, so old,
100.
and B, his backup is a guy that literally has the name of the team in his name. His name is Broncosweiler. Like, his name is in there. The quarterback of the Broncos, Broncosweiler. Like, that's right there. Like, you must be so good at football, because I'd love to be able to say Broncosweiler. That makes
I
a
love
lot
how you
more.
pronounce his name.
Well, you
like,
gotta
it's
say-
one weird word.
If you don't say Broncosweiler, then it's like you lose the joke. It's got to sound like Bronco. Bronco.
This has all been
Broncosweiler.
amazing. Really
Has
fucking
it?
yeah.
I
just-
want to say one more really important thing about the Denver Broncos. Travis Griffin, everybody listen at home, if it's safe for you right now, call up a picture of the logo of the Denver Broncos for a second.
Oh,
Just go ahead and pull it up. I'll give you, let's call it 3 seconds, because
I can do it in my head.
1001, 1002, 1003. Okay. I understand that you have to like spice it up every few years and really make it like sleeker. But in
This is
trying to
they've
make,
taken it. Yeah, no,
in
they've
trying
taken
to make
too
it
far.
like so aesthetically like sleek and give this illusion of like movement, they have drawn a logo of somebody pulling a horse's head off its body. Like
Yeah.
that is right now, this horse has like, the reason it's stretched out like that and the reason there's no body is that it just got pulled off a horse's body. It's disgusting. That is
Yeah.
not, just put a picture of a horsey on there. It's not hard.
How about just like a big muscular horse like thumbs upping to you and be like, good football.
Yeah, see, that's what's getting lost here is that I love it when a horse is just fucking diesel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it when listen, God's never made a mistake in the horse world. You know what I mean?
What
Like,
if he was a super diesel horse with a cowboy hat and he was kind of tipping it to you and he had a sweet ass, like, huge cigar dangling out of his mouth?
Yeah,
and you
that
could
would be
just
sick.
tell that he was a super cool dude.
See, you're losing the musculature in this fucked up, stretched out, torn off horse head. And honestly, it looks like some sort of it looks like a snake or maybe like a dinosaur with like neck plates. It's fucking bad.
Last note, the Atlanta Falcons have always had and will always have the best logo in professional sports.
Yeah, it
Peace.
looks like a superhero logo.
Fucking so sweet. It's so rad. And I don't really like the redesign from 03, but anyway.
Anyway.
So this has been our sports show, My Brother, and Me, and we are also this week going to mix it up with some advice.
Our sports show, all the pretty horses.
Our sports show horse review. We obviously have not seen the big game, as we are forced to say legally. But I'm sure everybody had a great time.
I'm predicting 3 defensive touchdowns from the Denver Broncos.
My boyfriend.
I
likes to
apologize,
sit-
by the way, that I sound like Shang Tsung, the fucking Emperor Warlock from Mortal Kombat. I've tied one on last night.
Professionalism, dedication, chastity.
Read the question, you ding dong.
My boyfriend likes to sit in the very front row of the movie theater. He has a film degree and insists that it's the best way to
my
watch
God.
movies, even though everyone else tells him he is being a pain. He will only go for center seats if it's a 3D movie. That's legit. When we go to the movies in a group, his friends will leave us alone in the front so they could go sit in the center. How do I convince my boyfriend to sit in the people seats? That's from Sore Neck in Central Florida.
That is such a great way to think about it, because you're right. The seats in the front, those aren't people seats. Those are there as a joke.
You
Get
know,
it?
when you get into a theater, I've been to a couple opening night, big time productions of movies, and it's like sold out, and you get in, and the only seats are in the front row, and you're like, oh well, I might as well leave. I would rather sit on someone's lap for the entirety of the movie than sit in the front row seats. Because they're not actually there to be sat in. It's like a joke. Like these are jokes.
It is weird. It's just like, why do they shouldn't sell them? The theater's full. Like if that front row is the only row available, the theater is full. There's no place to sit. You can't sit anywhere.
They leave that whole row of seats for Elijah because he likes to stretch out. He likes to he puts up the armrest and he lays down some of the chairs and he just takes a little nap right there.
Is there a professor at film school who's like, oh yeah, Citizen Kane's great. Now lean in, everybody. I'm going to tell you something they won't tell you in regular school. The best seats are in the front row. Keep that to yourself. Be cool. That's what they don't tell you.
It doesn't even make, it's a nonsensical argument. And here is why. If you are, I refuse to believe that the entirety of the film industry has been making movies specifically to be best enjoyed by no one.
Unless every film was shot from underneath the actors looking up at them.
Yeah. What if it was like that? It was like those pictures where if like you lean it enough, it looks like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Like you just get all the secret, but like it all connects.
Oh,
Like an
that's such a
optical
good.
lesion.
That's such an amazing. So, what would those movies? Let's use Citizen Kane. Let's use Jurassic Park.
Okay.
But it's just filmed like you're just like under and inside John Hammond. But so from like row 5, it's like this looks really stretched out and fucked up. I don't get like it sounds like there's some sick dino action happening.
But I can't see them.
What sucks is actually if you watch Jurassic Park, that's just sort of how Jeff Goldblum looks. So like when you do sit in the front row, you get sort of a different Goldblum.
Well, you get a much more like gold loom. He's like right over you, and it's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's what
it's
we all
really-
dream of happening all the time.
Just being fucking dominated by Jeff Goldblum.
Do you want to know something weird? One time I went to a movie. I went to see Night of the Museum, the first one.
Night of the museum?
Night at the Museum, I believe it was.
This is my night, the museum
It's
said.
my night, and something happened, and I to this day it still boggles my mind. They were playing it in the wrong format, and I could see like the boom mic and the cables on the ground.
No, you dream this.
This is real.
dream. That's just what exactly
Before
I
they
was thinking.
clicked it over, and then suddenly like the black bar at the top of the bottom
Absolutely
covered
not.
up.
Travis. No, Travis, that's some
not.
Toy Story bullshit. You think all movies are actually being acted out in front of you every time you watched it.
I swear to God
the
this happened.
digi actors got sloppy in your
This is a whole
version.
night. There's no fuck. So what you're imagining is maybe they filmed all of it, but there's a guy that stands up near the projector window with 2 pieces of black construction paper.
Guys,
I'm
It's
saying
so-
maybe there's a
it's
switch
so-
on the projector that's like,
this
what's
stuff that we would
your
never-
wide or your like full screen format. You could do it on your
Guys,
DVD
it
player.
was so fucked up. I was watching Night of the Museum, and then Ben Stiller forgot his line and said line, and it was like really quick.
Listen, I also am not 100% sure this wasn't a dream. I'm just saying that this is a memory that I have in my brain.
Hank Azaria in his tunic, his dick was hanging out for like a lot of the movie.
Guys, Amy Adams fully Purple Rose of Cairo out of the screen and asked me to come with her on an incredible adventure. It's awesome.
Wait, maybe that's why this person sits so close to the screen. Maybe if you've gone to film school long enough, you know that it's not every movie viewing. But every 100th movie viewing, you get one of these weird mutation versions of the film where you can enter into the picture. You can warp into
You
it.
can last action hero it.
Right.
Travis,
and so,
if you-
but you have to be sitting real close, right? Or Arnold's not going to pick you.
Maybe if you sit close enough, you can see behind the giant black letter boxes that they raise and lower to
You can
cover.
peek over and see the craft service table.
Yeah, exactly. Travis, I have.
That's the most mental
That's-
thing you've ever said.
I swear, it's like
said-
I don't think I'm making it up.
Can you form other memories like surrounding that? Can you summon up a memory of like you and who else was there, or like what you did before or after?
His mushrooms dealer was there.
I can't remember anything else about the day.
Okay.
Are you awake right now? Can we be sure about this?
How, can any of us be sure, Griffin?
Fuck.
Oh God, not again.
Do you guys want a Yahoo?
I have to know. I have one other question, Travis. When you have dwelled. Okay, first off, I cannot believe we're nearly 300 episodes before you drop this fucking omega bomb on us. Firstly, the craziest thing you've ever said on this entire program. I cannot believe you waited this long to deploy this. That's one. But maybe it needed this much time for the sands of time to eclipse the fact that it was indeed a dream. But secondly, when you have like observed this happening in your mind's eye, what was the logistical reason that you could simmer up for the filmmakers filming things that they would never ever want the audience to see?
Because they
Like,
knew it would be in letterbox. Like that was my understanding. Is like, well, this is going to be shown in widescreen format.
Exactly, yeah,
No
no.
one will ever see the cables. Why even fucking worry about
when you
it?
see Hank Azaria's dick, it's just right there at the bottom of the screen. So
Yeah.
you go behind you go behind the letterbox, and it's just full frontal.
You know how
Azaria.
in the breakup they shot Jennifer Aniston's ass as she walked to the bathroom naked, but then they were like, no one's gonna see it because it's like in the the widescreen format.
Yeah.
you
No.
know that's a
literally
thing.
don't.
This is a thing. Oh God, I hope that there are film students sitting in the front row of movie theaters right now tweeting at me. You are right.
Man,
believe
I gotta
you,
say,
Travis.
and
people
I
who went
hope
to
you
film
guys
school
get
are
purple
really
rose of Chiroed right into that screen. I hope you get Last Action Heroed right through the celluloid.
I was tweeting in the front row, and Arnold Schwarzenegger turned to me and said, "Hey, stop it! I'm
Cut that
trying to
shit
kill
out."
Predator up here."
That's not what. Do you guys want a Yahoo?
Please.
This Yahoo is sent in by Zoe Kinski. Climb that ladder. How long is she going to be climbing that ladder? Because I got to say,
As long as it takes.
She should be
okay,
up there.
it's by Yahoo Answers user. Something has gone wrong. Let's call them Steelers Jack.
Okay.
Asks, fair warning, a preface. This breaks our own rule for the sort of code of conduct for Yahoos that make it on the show. But it's a fascinating question. I mastered a bit with my terrible towel. Super Bowl party?
Okay.
There's more.
Can you just do your best to I don't want to make fun of people's like writing or spelling abilities. Can you just like translate for me what, to the best of your knowledge, you're reading there? Like what is your brain filling in the gaps to make it say?
Mastruabith? I think it means they were having a wank. Having a wank.
Having a wank, Gov.
Should I
Reclining
bring
in a gentlemanly fashion?
Should I bring my terrible towel to the Super Bowl party tonight? It's the same one that I used to masturbate with, and I just noticed there are stains on it. If I do bring it, I tried to fucking ramp over that, guys. I'm sorry. If I do bring it, my friends will know I've been masturbating. If I don't bring it, they will question my loyalty to the Steelers, and I'll be the only one without a towel. The game
Yo,
kicks
dog.
off in an hour. Help!
Yo, dog, I question your loyalty to the Steelers. You're either the worst Steelers fan or the biggest.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one?
Can I say one thing?
One thing on this subject.
Can I say one thing?
Can I say just one thing first?
Can I just say one thing before you say one thing?
Let me get in my one thing real quick.
Let me just slide in mine and say it is most certainly terrible.
Damn it, that was my one thing.
I thought that'd be both of your things.
It's an exceptionally terrible towel.
It's a very terrible towel. I think they would get it and be like, "Is this cum everywhere on this? Why did you do this?" And then they would get it like, "Oh, wait a minute, That's a terrible towel.
This has been promoted to Alexander's no good, very bad, horrible towel. Like, nobody like this towel is not getting invited back to the towel gathering.
Everybody's screaming at him like, fuck you, Jerry. And then Steve stands up and he's like, no, he has the worst towel.
Yeah.
And everyone agrees that they carry him out on their shoulders and then they throw him in a dumpster. Oh, God bless.
Maybe it catches on, though, and worst sporting trend of the year goes to this guy for coming in towels.
He's beaten out vuvuzelas. Congratulations.
Throwing batteries at people. Those 3 trends, this is the worst one.
Oh, can you imagine not bringing your terrible, terrible towel and your friends being like, hey, what? Do you not even care about the Steelers? And you're like, no, I
do.
I can't even begin to tell you how much I care about the Steelers.
It's just my terrible towel. You know how you're supposed to like hold it in your hand and spin it around. Mine isn't. I don't want to be crass, but it doesn't spin anymore.
How do you not have a towel, like 2 towels, one for everyday use and one for special occasions?
No, okay, forget it. No. What you said at the beginning is legit. This is intentional. You didn't just grab the one towel that you fling around in circles in front of people and not have that sort of like foresight. Like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, that's not what happened.
Listen, this fucking we can't unjizz this towel. It happened.
No.
What happened happened. You can't go back and be like, why didn't you jizz into literally any other object other than your sports activity?
Griffin, when was this question asked? Do you have access to that information?
Let me dig in. Let me crack into the CSS. No. No, I don't. Well, yeah, 7 years ago.
Oh, okay. Do you think this person's a father by now?
They're a towel dad, that's for certain. AJ responded and said, "You have time to wash and dry it." That's an excellent point, AJ.
That's a fucking great point, AJ. Especially if you say that on a solo miss, you could be done in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
To be
whole
fair, though,
process.
Steelers Jack did use the word stain.
Sorry, what was his name?
Steelers Jack.
Yeah, I didn't think about that one. Listen,
It's really good.
get a fucking Tide pin, Steelers Jack. This is easy. There's
Well,
a million
what if you
solutions.
accidentally bleach your
Yeah.
terrible towel and it comes out white, and now it's a holy towel.
You need more about like a Tide paintbrush. You're gonna need a Tide roller.
You need
You're
a
gonna
Tide
need a
garbage can.
You're gonna need a Tide gun from Splatoon.
Oh, no,
get
wait.
this one
I've
clean.
got it. I've got it, Steelers Jack. You got to go the other way. You're going to have to stain it worse with other stuff.
Oh
Like
my
maybe
god.
Some spaghetti sauce, right? And then you show up and your friend's like, what? And you're like, it never leaves my side.
Like
It is my spaghetti and also wankin' buddy.
I'm like Arthur Dent over here. That makes me happy, Trav. I was worried you're gonna say you jerk off on everybody else's towel. I don't think that's practical.
That would take planning far outstripping the hour you've got. That's a lot of Ocean's 11,
Yeah.
getting past the sensors
Maybe
to get to your friend's towels.
Maybe if I had a Holocaust cloak, possibly with a month to plan, maybe.
We're talking about jerking off onto football towels, and you just dropped both Hitchhikers and Princess Bride references, and I'm super proud of you.
Thank you. I do what I can. Here's another question. I work in a job that doesn't have set hours. Most people come in around 9 and leave around 5. I come in early around 7. I leave around 3. Give me a chart. For some reason, a few of my coworkers always feel the need to comment on the time I'm leaving work. Oh, going home already? How do I politely tell my coworkers to shut up about the work hours I keep? If it helps, I'm one of the most productive people in the office. Staying at work later doesn't make you better than me in Salt Lake City. Oh, that was their name. Okay. Staying later. you get the idea.
I think the easy answer is whenever they come in, be like, "Oh, you're coming in now, huh?" Like give them the same treatment, but on the AM side.
Oh, yeah. To everybody.
To every fucking person. Your boss, 9 o'clock, huh? Weird. That's weird. Well, 2 hours of traffic? We've all been there.
That's why I left at 5 a.m.
You're gonna stay late, right? You're gonna stay late because of how late you're coming in, right? Just checking. I'm not the boss of you, but I am the most productive person in the office. So
Yeah. And that's how he got the name Franklin, the total ding dong that everybody hates.
This is rough though, because I get it. Because if you're the first person there at 7 and like no one else shows up at 9, it's those 2 hours don't exist to anyone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't show up at 9 and think, I bet he's been here since 7. You need to send out like some Snapchats or something.
Yeah. All right.
Something that's like, just got to work to
Yeah.
like everybody you work with.
Or set like enough traps that there's no way you could have done it without a couple hours of planning.
What?
Like, you know how, like, okay, when the Wet Bandits showed up at Kevin McAllister's
Fuck me.
house,
Can we go a single
there's no-
episode?
They did not think, oh man, I bet he just got here 5 minutes ago. They
That
think,
is my favorite part of Home Alone, when the Wet Bandits take a step back and they're like, listen, I hate this kid. Fuck him. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. But wow, right?
But wow.
Wow.
Good traps. Good
Wow,
traps,
he's
Kev.
doing great. Hey, Kev.
Kevin. Great traps. It's me, Joe Pesci.
I'm a big fan of your traps.
the problem with most traps that like I'm saying, if you set enough office traps, they show up, they think, God, he's been here for a couple hours, huh? Definitely, like he got here early. That's one way. It's the way to prove that you've been there for a while, is to set up plenty of office traps. The problem with office traps, as I have, like the ones that I know about, there's very few that are guaranteed to end the way you want them to. Like the thing about the bucket and the door frame, like that probably ends with the bottom of a bucket falling on somebody and killing them. Like definitely, that's how it ends 80% of the time, I would think. The whoopee cushion, that has never worked. Did you know whoopee cushion has never worked?
Yeah, because you sit on it and your butt closes the lip part, and it's just like you're
Yes,
sitting on a
exactly.
weird balloon for a second.
And it just explodes.
You're just sitting on a hemorrhoid donut. It's miserable.
It doesn't work. What about like a tiger pit?
Depends on where you work, I guess.
Yeah, it's
See,
a good
I
point.
think
It's
I
gonna
would
be
make
hard to-
such a good pit and trying to cover it up with leaves and branches that it would be like, fine. Oh, that's that patch of the break room that's covered with leaves and branches. That's been there for, I don't know, months.
But it
Never-
could backfire, because if you started and didn't finish in the 2 hours before everyone else showed up, and they were like, oh, couldn't get that tiger pit done, huh? And then you just look like a real asshole.
Yeah, and if you leave at 3 that day, they're like, don't you want to finish your tiger pit
Aren't you
first?
gonna finish the tiger pit, Dave?
Damn, Dave.
Didn't know
letting
you
us
were
all
a real
down.
half-asser, Dave.
That tiger's gonna go hungry, Dave. That's on you.
Guess you're gonna finish that one tomorrow, huh, Dave? All right, see you at 9.
All right.
I love that Justin apparently thinks that a tiger pit is a cool place for tigers to eat and hang out and do whatever.
Well,
That's my favorite bar, the tiger pit.
I have to assume that, because what kind of dumb shit are you suggesting that he has tigers in his office that he's trying to capture? Why would that
That's
be
why
the
he's got to
case?
leave early before dinner.
Tiger dinner. Pia, I work in a zoo.
I don't want to be in there after 3, man. Ooh.
Yeah.
No, that's when the tigers come to life and start talking to Kevin James.
Yep. That's why no one pulls graveyard shifts at the Gremlin factory. No one wants that gig. Ugh. Gross. No way. I don't want to be there.
Gremlin is a terrible slang term for Mogwai.
What?
Sorry?
What?
No, sorry, what?
They're called Mogwai. Gremlin is the bad thing that they become. It's offensive.
Okay, so here. Okay, wait a minute.
Okay,
wait a
so-
minute. Okay, no. Travis. I think Travis has a point.
Thank you.
Their species remains constant. They are still Mogwai. They have a side of them that we don't particularly care for,
Okay.
and we just start using. I mean, let's call it what it is—a slur.
let's
against Mogwai.
So was this cryptozoological civics lesson delivered in the special mushrooms cut of Gremlins that the two of you apparently watched together?
The bottom, if you could remove the letterbox from night around the museum or whatever preposition.
Night
tries to
within-
decide-
night
night
within the
within the museum. If you remove the letterboxing, you would just see like a Mogwai down there at the bottom giving you like a very thorough lecture about nomenclature and the power of words.
Don't
to hurt
use the
and
G
heal.
word. Yeah.
Right.
I think it was called Ben Stiller's Museum Nights.
Well, I preferred the original Ben Stiller's Museum.
Yeah.
But I thought that the sequel was much sexier.
Yeah. Way hotter. Should we go to the fucking money zone?
Yeah.
Cool. want to hear about Blue Apron? Y'all want to hear me brag about the dope ass meals I've been making with Blue Apron?
Did you make that steak Sammy?
Yeah. Oh, you know, we made that steak Sammy.
Yeah, that Sammy with there was like a Sammy that had like onions and mushrooms, which like I'll tell you what, I never ate mushrooms until I got.
Oh,
Blue
same.
Apron.
Like I enjoy a mushroom at a restaurant. I never ever cooked with them, and then it was like the featured guy in the last week of ingredients, and it was like on point. It was some good mushroom eating.
Well, for less than $10 a meal, Blue Apron delivers all the fresh ingredients you need to create home cooked meals. You just follow the easy step-by-step instructions. Okay, there, go. Yes. Now.
Yeah, it's an ingredient delivery service, and they have recipes, and you get amazing, really, really, really tasty meals. I have a beef taco with mole that is still waiting for me. I'm really, really excited. Maybe I should bring that to the Super Bowl party I'm going to today. Just 2 tacos with mole and steak. This is for me. Thank you.
This is for me. Please don't watch me.
Please don't
consume
watch
this.
me eat this.
Coming up this week, the meals this week are roast chicken supreme with mashed potatoes, gravy, and maple glazed carrots, spiced salmon with black rice, avocado, and blood orange salad.
Fuck.
My goodness. Steak sandwich with caramelized onions, garlic aioli, and honey roasted parsnip fries.
Oh my
Miso
God.
honey roasted chicken and baby sweet potatoes with stir-fried sesame bok choy. Jesus Christ. And they've got vegetarian options as well.
Yeah, so no matter what your dietary preference is, Blue Apron makes it a breeze to discover and prepare dishes like the ones that we've been talking about.
And
Right in your own kitchen. You don't have to go to somebody else's kitchen.
Here's a pro tip secret from Travis McElroy. We get the ones that are like for 2 people, for me and Teresa, and there's always tons of leftovers.
Yeah.
This will be like your lunch the next day. It's such a good deal.
Here's
You
a
can get
pro
your
tip
first
for
2 meals
me.
for
Here's a pro tip for me. No, there's not. Oh,
Well,
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
You can get your first 2 meals for free at blueapron.com/mybrother. That's blueapron.com/mybrother. I know we're always very effusive about the products we advertise on this show because, like, frankly, they're all baller, and if they weren't, we wouldn't do it. But like, a Blue Apron has changed my life because I am like cooking constantly now, and I love to cook, but I hate shopping for shit. And this is like this is the ideal way to cook meals. Blue Apron.
Check it out. I also want to tell you about Squarespace. We've been talking about Squarespace. Squarespace has been a sponsor of us for a long time. But I could say that we built the McElroyshows.com website on Squarespace. It's got links to like all of our projects and stuff. But the important part is everybody who looks at it, no joke, has said, wow, what a professional website. Like, it looks so good.
Yeah, it's
And
like a
I
weird,
did-
involuntary, like, hive mind response.
Yeah, and I did it in about 45 minutes. Like, it was the most straightforward just structure. It was so simple and so user friendly. I recommend it. If you're looking to build a professional looking website, but you have no idea what you're doing, Squarespace is the way to go. And if you are looking to start a project, here's the good news. You can start your free trial today.
Yep.
Try it for free, and you don't have to pay anything to start. And then if you like what you're doing, and trust me, you will, then you can worry about that. But right now, it's free. Go to squarespace.com/mybrother. You should. Squarespace.
I am.
You should. Justin,
Yeah.
can I tell you something?
Do it.
You should.
You
should. Squarespace.
All right.
I'm just trying a couple different reads, and we can just pick
I
the
liked
best
it.
one.
I have a message for Spud, and it's from Don't laugh at that.
Okay.
It's from McBabby. If you want to get a message on the show, personal message, or a message for your small business, go to MaximumFun.org/Jumbotron. It's real
Stop
easy.
sending weird shit.
They don't have to be weird, you guys.
They don't
Yeah,
have
we
to be
should-
weird. We literally, just like a quick disclaimer, we have turned down like 2 or 3 Jumbotron ads this week, and we hate doing it because like we know it's always like in a good spirit, but just like, please, I just need to be able to understand what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, I'm less
that's all.
worried about that. I'm more worried about, like, don't have us say, like, creepy stuff to...
Maybe 2016 is the year of Jumbotron sincerity.
Just like,
Yeah.
keep it real.
Just keep it very real.
That said,
Here's a message for Spud from McBabby. This is a very sincere message. Hey, Spud, happy belated birthday. Thanks for being a good friend, always believing me, and not murdering me when we finally met. Talk to you later. I like this a lot. I like this concept of just like, listen, we're all just a bunch of fucking primal beasts, aren't we? I love this idea of just
Yeah.
like, hey, guys, thanks for not murdering me.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this was one of those Craigslist friendships.
Sure.
That's, friend for friend.
Friend for friend, looking for friend. And then it's like, oh, I hope this person is actually my friend.
Absolutely.
Not one of those stabbers.
Absolutely not looking for somebody just to jerk off with. Absolutely not what this is. Don't even bring it up.
Sexual friend for friend, no stabbing, please.
No stabbing. No.
Stabbers
games,
need not
no drama.
apply.
Justin, you read this next one?
Hell yeah. This one's going out to Amantha that's a fucking cool name.
Yeah, for
Whoa.
sure.
I thought I was reading one name, then halfway through I thought I was reading another one. It's like, daddy like. So daddy like Amantha, and this message is from Jackie. Here it is. Dear Amantha, I'm sorry for getting high and taking a shit in the monastery. Done. I didn't know where I was, and I got confused. Thank you for cleaning me up. I know I was totally wasted, and I owe you one. Thanks for letting me live in your house, too. No one could ever love me like you. That says, love always, Jackie.
What happened?
You know what? I choose to believe that this is 100% sincere.
I love that. I'm into that. I believe it is sincere. Or possibly is a message that Amantha bought for herself from her dog, Jackie. That was my other possible
you know
option.
when dogs get super high and they take shits places?
The second half of that happens. And I assume dogs are getting high too, because like, how else are they getting through?
Hello there, my name's Graham Clark.
And I'm Dave Shumka.
And together we host a podcast called Stop Podcasting Yourself.
This is a file that you download from the internet and then you listen to it in your pod.
What's that about, you ask? Well, who are you to ask? Who do you think you are?
Yeah, get lost, bozo. We're a couple of stand-up comedians in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and every week we bring a guest on the show. Sometimes they're Canadian, sometimes they're not, sometimes they're a ghost.
It's like you're sitting in on a friendly afternoon chat.
Plus, we're Canadian, so you get a tax break. You can find us on iTunes or online at MaximumFun.org. Huh?
Ooh.
Spell.
Do you guys want a Yahoo?
Yes.
I guess I do.
I have two extremely good ones, and I want to get to both of them. Do we have any, are the rest of the email questions, totally baller, or can I do two Yahoos in a row?
Let me see.
Scraps, what do you say?
They're all pretty good, but we can do Yahoos and then just save them for next week.
I can also save the Yahoos for next week. This one
Let's
was
just see how it goes.
This one was sent in by Jacob Powells. Thank you, Jacob. It is by Yahoo Answers user Vanessa, who asks, 3 mysterious stones at my front door? Today, I got home and saw that there were 3 stones lined up at my front door. This is the second time I've seen something like this at my door. Does anyone know what this could be or mean? I've asked my family, and no one seems to know how it got there.
Uh-huh. Pirate curse?
Explain.
Like a black spot? I don't think it's the same as the black spot, because the black spot is like, hey, you betrayed us and now we have to kill you.
Yeah, it's also a
Maybe
black
the
spot
3
and not-
stones is like,
Okay.
you've been chosen as the new pirate.
You got
king.
chose.
You done been chose.
Hi, I'm a pirate, and you got chose. You're on my team now. Welcome to the squad. Squad goals.
Have you ever seen Wild and Crazy Kids?
Yeah.
And you know how they have teams? Mm-hmm. Well, that's based on pirate teams. The old tradition.
The concept of people working together.
It's based on pirate teams.
Pirates were the
Do you
first
remember when
people to be
pirates
like,
used to get together and roll a giant stone around while they were festooned with ribbons? And you could only get the ribbons by killing each other. Well, they softened that a bit.
Okay.
for Wild and Crazy Kids.
Travis.
Yes?
Travis, are you literally high right now? Are you
No.
literally on acid? Did you drop right before we started recording this comedy podcast together?
No. Not that I know of.
Because you've been saying some next level shit.
No,
8:55 a.m. More Travis's.
that's correct. I've had my morning coffee, I took the dog on a walk, and I thought about pirate teams.
So you're saying, Travis, just so I can understand what you're saying, you're saying that one day, a pirate was sword fighting with a British naval officer, and another pirate came up from behind and stabbed the British naval officer, and he was like, "How dare you! What is this witchcraft? I was fighting him, not you.
And then,
then he
the first pirate's like, well, I gotta go, and he jumps onto his pirate ship and sails it by himself. Like, fuck, this sucks. Oh
no,
my god,
because-
it's so hard. I'm jigging the mast, and I'm have to steer, and I have to look out for sharks and whales. Oh, I wish I could get some fucking help. And
You know the term "every man for himself"?
Yeah.
Okay, that was it for a long time. That was it.
The
And then
Bible was
one
very
day-
short for a
One
while.
day, Donnie Jeffcoats' great grandfather, Captain Jeffcoat, said, "You know
hand me
what?
my Jeffcoat."
Fuck that shit."
It's a coat made out of Jeffs. The Jeffs that I
So that they may not see me, Jeff.
I don't know where to stab him. He's all Jeff.
Jeffs. From
He's just
stern
fucking
to
Jeff
mast.
all over. I don't get it.
From starboard to port, he's all Jeff.
What?
He's Jeff from tip to toe.
That's crazy.
Every
We
time
should
I
join him.
Every time I think I draw a bead on a Jeff, another Jeff takes its place. I've lopped off so many Jeffs.
Okay, are we going to talk about the three stones, or is this the discussion now?
Captain Jeffcoat?
Yeah.
Bonnie Jeffcoat's great grandfather. Or
There
how
are a
many
lot more
greats
greats
was it?
than that,
Yeah,
but
there's a
that's
lot
fine.
of greats. Yeah, it's too many greats. I think you put them in like biblical
Yeah, each one
times.
lives to be 12, has a child, and dies.
If you
It's
see
like
an-
the Dread Pirate Robert.
Yeah.
if
the
you
curse.
see an 11-and-a-half-year-old named Jeff looking panicked and horny, that is a Jeffcoat, no question about it.
Yeah, for sure.
He has got to continue the line.
Like a tsetse fly.
The show Wild and Crazy Kids was about Donnie Jeffcoat trying to find a successor that was savage enough and also 12
The
enough.
most wild and the most crazy kid. What do these three stones mean? All right, let's do this back-to-back Yahoo situation. This one was sent in by Brooks Oglesby. Brooks Oglesby maybe needs a name, because this is like the third or fourth one of his that I've read. We'll think about it.
Okay.
We'll have it for the next time. Thank you, Brooks. It's by Yahoo Answers user Anonymous, who asks, do you think we'll ever have an emo president?
Ooh.
Imagine a president of the United States, skinny jeans, long emo hair, all that jazz. Well, what do you think, teens? First of all, I don't think jazz is a big part of the emo scene.
Oh, but if it were.
Oh, but if it were.
Well, dark
Your lips to God's ears.
dark
Hey, I'm Dizzy Gillespie.
dark jazz is.
What's that?
Dark jazz. That's what
Dark jazz.
emo kids like are into dark jazz.
And what is... Yeah, so it's just like... Squip,
With like, onyx trumpets and stuff.
So hold on. No.
Dark jazz is all about the zeal for life that they don't have.
Yeah. It's all about the notes that you don't play because you're dead.
Yeah.
I liked mine better, Travis.
Yeah.
Let's pretend
go
it
ahead
was
and cut
just
mine.
Just
Yeah.
cut Travis's.
You're out. Do you think we'll ever have that emo president that our country deserves to make us all great again?
Vote for me or don't. Whatever.
Shut up.
I don't
At
even
this
wanna be
point,
president.
I might think about it. Hey, that's very low pressure. I'm into it.
Yeah. If someone was up on that stage, a big, beautiful, honorable debating stage, but they had that long emo hair, and the jeans would be very skinny on this person.
How skinny?
Talking about some nut huggers.
Okay.
You asked.
I know.
Do you think that we would find him especially electable? I would find him delectable, but would I find him electable?
You know what we love in this country, Griffin? Change. We love change. We embrace it. We just look for something different. I'm sick of those insider baseball politicians who they've been doing it all wrong for so long, and I'm ready for somebody who's going to get up there and tell me how it is in a depressing manner. But honest,
but more depressing, like a depressing.
but depressing.
Can a whole emo band run for president? Like, hi, I'm President Newfound Glory.
Is that
Newfound Glory an emo band?
Yeah. Well, they were pop punk, but they had, they were in the scene.
But they weren't Christian pop punk?
Okay, that's fine. Fall Out Boy, then. Hi, I'm President.
Fall Out Boy is not emo.
emo. You don't actually know any emo bands.
Dashboard
do you?
Confessional?
That
That's
would
definitely in there.
Could we elect an emu president?
Hi, everybody. I'm an emu. And we all vote for him, and we're like, fucking, that's so funny and cool. We got an emo, and then the emu's like, hey, big news. I have some decidedly draconian opinions on abortion. Like, whoa, emu.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. We thought it was so funny and cool that we elected an emu president, but you have some decidedly draconian opinions on abortion.
We did not pay any attention to his platform.
We didn't think about
only
the
his long,
platform.
graceful neck.
We just thought about how graceful he would look in an Oval Office.
How great those future stamps would be.
Just the best stamps.
Wouldn't it be great?
Wouldn't it be so fucking funny though? Because you would see that. You would see, that one where it's like rows of like you see like those charts, right, with like the different paintings of the presidents, and like his would just be a neck, and then just like reaching up into Lyndon Baines Johnson would be an emu head because he like
oh my
didn't
god, that's
fit in the
so
frame.
good.
So fucking funny.
Our first 3-term president.
Yeah, because he cannot get him to leave. He is incredibly fast and incredibly vicious.
And he's got those kicking legs.
Yeah, those
Got the
kicking legs with
legs.
the sharp claws.
We'll have to elect President Ostrich to take him down.
Because that's the only thing.
Yeah.
I bet you let me in there with a gun.
You would think, but he took all our guns away.
Not mine. I hid it.
Where'd you hide it, Gervin?
In a box. He just like can't get in there.
No thumbs.
No thumbs. Sharp claws. So I was saying like
You're talking about emus?
I was talking about emos.
But then you realize we knew less about emo than we do about emus, improbably.
That's true.
Against all odds.
This question stinks.
You stink.
Read a normal one from a normal human.
Wikipedia says that emus, in addition to their diet of insects, emus drink infrequently. And I kind of feel like that maybe isn't necessarily a good thing. Maybe they should, like, if they had magazines to tell them to drink more, maybe they'd be getting ahead in the world, you know?
You're saying they're just not.
It's really good, Justin.
Yeah, they're not hydrated enough
I'm just
to
saying
really
it's
be
like
president.
because
Are
no
you
one's-
guys thirsty?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Whatever.
That's what I'm saying is like emus should be maybe if emus were drinking more, they'd be doing a bit better.
All right,
They
can
would
we?
feel better
Okay,
and have
yes.
more energy in their day-to-day lives. But
You know
who's
how
gonna
no emu has ever accomplished anything ever?
Yeah, right? Like maybe they would be president if they would just fucking just keep a Brita with them. Just like
Or get some electrolytes or something.
pound it. You know, you could drink green tea. That's hydrating as well.
Yeah, and like it's not as caffeinated as black tea, so like you can still go to bed on time.
This is episode 289. We've done this 288 and almost one extra on top of that times now.
Yeah.
Is this our most fanciful episode? I feel like we've gone on some fancy flights on this one. Some flights of fancy, just some fucking absurdist like mind voyages together.
Yeah. And mentioning that it during the podcast is one way to really cement your comedic legacy. You know, I love my favorite episodes of MST3K are the ones where in the last 15 minutes or so, they take the puppets off and they just talk to each other about like, how did you guys think the jokes went today on this one? and they sometimes they still use their hands to talk with the puppet voices, but like the puppets, they're not wearing them anymore. They're just like, they just talk about how the show went.
Okay,
for the
but
last
Justin,
15 minutes.
even
Yeah.
that is a pretty fanciful thought.
I mean, what I just said?
Yeah.
it's kind of whimsical.
Are we trapped in like a fanciful spiral?
think we're
Say something, Griffin. Say something logical, Griffin.
Okay. I can't. I'm incapable of it.
I like in the Monty Python when they switch from the dead parrot sketch, they have one of their famous transitions to like one of those cartoons, and it's just God's face, like,
Hey, listen, guys. I think this one maybe got a little bit much.
oh my God, they do say the bits are gotten too silly. Monty Python does comment on how their shit is going. Is that what we need to aspire to?
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't want like a bunch of people quoting Monty Python jokes at us on Twitter. That bums me out in a major way.
Oh man, R.I.P. Twitter indeed. I definitely can't go on there.
No.
It's just a landmine.
Pull the cord. Get out.
Get out.
How many birds can carry a
Give me
pineapple?
the kick. Get me out of here.
I'll see you guys at Peach.
Look at my silly walking.
Yeah, I'm headed to Peach.
No.
Blast off.
Get me out of here, JGL.
We're the Knights of St. Nine.
No, I'm an Ello. I can't hear you anymore. I'm over here in Ello. I'm done. This has been our comedy podcast, My Brother, and Me. It's an advice show for the modern era. Want to say a big thank you to Blue Apron, who makes cooking at home easy. You can get your first 2 meals for free by going to blueapron.com/mybrother.
I have an impassioned plea. It occurred to me this morning. I was on Twitter. If you wield any power on Twitter at all, even base level, at Twitter Incorporated, I would really like to be verified. I don't know what that takes, but this has gone on for too long.
Yeah, Justin and I have been in the verified club for a while, and let me tell you, the golden trophies we just get in the mail for no reason if Twitter likes our shit. It's actually getting ridiculous. Like I just started throwing them away because there's only so much shelf space in the house. Yeah,
I want that. I have a whole shelf for it.
Yeah,
please.
I could send you some of
Please
mine.
let me be verified. Please. I want it so bad.
It means literally nothing, and it gets you nothing on a platform that is now dead because 100% of our interactions are going to be it's a man eating rabbit. Snee. It's me,
still
Monty.
Want it?
Okay.
Still want
Cool.
it.
Go listen to all the other Maximum Fun shows. There's a ton of really, really great shows on the Maximum Fun network. I'm talking about shows like Throwing Shade. I'm talking about shows like Oh No, Ross and Carrie. I'm talking about shows like Can I Pet Your Dog?
Oh no, Ross and Carrie, by the way, just did Scientology.
Yeah, which they've been working on forever.
Cannot wait.
Yeah. So, there's that. We have a bunch of our other stuff. You can find it all at McElroy shows. I do a Bachelor podcast with my wife called Rose Buddies. I do a new, just launched 2 episodes in, video game design podcast called Cool Games Inc.
I do one with my wife that we just launched called Schmanners, all about etiquette. Our 3rd episode was all about conversation etiquette. And I know that we've had lots of people ask questions to my brother and me about how do I small talk?
Yeah, it's all there.
How do I talk to people? And we cover a lot of that in there. So go check it out.
And then
Also, I'm very proud to announce that the Things I Bought at Sheets is back. It's long hiatus.
and better than fucking ever. Your last episode
so
is a
good.
fucking barn burner.
Thank you, Griffin. It was really an emotional draining one to record. I'm glad it really.
It made me laugh a lot.
Oh God, well that's.
It made me think a lot.
Thank you, Travis. That's what we were going for. Sheets with a Z show.com.
Go to macroshows.com, baby.
Yeah, it's all there. It's all there.
It's
It's
all
all
there. Yeah, it's all there.
I want to thank John Roderick and the Long Winters for the use of our theme song "It's a Departure" off the album "Putting the Days to Bed." He's sweet. He's a sweet man, and his tunes really shred.
And he's a very tall man.
He's a tall,
so you should listen
sweet
to his
man.
music.
Y'all want that final Yahoo?
Yes, please.
This one was sent in by Zoe Kinski. Climbing that ladder. Oh, just a few more rungs. Oh, getting there. Thank you, Zoe. It's by Yahoo Answers users. Sorry, something has gone wrong. His avatar looks like a zwinky, cartooned version of Neo from The Matrix. So I'm gonna call him Neo from The Matrix. Asks, is it possible to use science from Weird Science to make Aaron Esurance real?
My name is Justin McElroy. I'm Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy.
This has been my brother, and me. Kiss your dad square on the lips.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture. Artist owned.
Listener supported.
Hello, Internet. I'm Travis McElroy.
And I'm Teresa McElroy.
She is my wife.
And he's my husband.
And it is our pleasure to introduce to you a brand new podcast.
Schmanners. It's extraordinary etiquette.
For ordinary occasions. Teresa, let me ask you this. Can you teach me how to write a thank you note?
Yes, I can.
How about tips to improve my table manners?
I'll do my best.
And will you finally explain to me the difference between casual and business casual and cocktail and formal and black tie and all that stuff?
If anybody can, I can.
But like, it's going to be funny, right?
Of course, I'm going to give historical origins and how those manners fit into our everyday lives. How could it not be funny?
But also sometimes we'll talk about like burps and farts, right?
Yeah, when not to.
But we'll still talk about it.
Yes.
Great. So come join us for our new hilarious show.
No RSVP required.
Coming to you soon every Friday on MaximumFun.org. It's Schmanners.
Manners. Get it?